All right, good morning. I can see a few of you. Nice to see you. Hello. Hope everyone's doing well. I know there's some people still signing on, so but we'll get started, and they can hop on when they do. Let's come on into a comfortable space, comfortable place. If you're sitting upright, make sure that your lower body is soft and comfortable. And if you feel like being on your back or child's pose or belly or some other position, and make sure your physical body is feeling comfortable and settled there as well. So come on into, and I've said this before, I think, but if you're sitting upright and you're near a wall, you can always just come right against the wall too. Just kind of a nice way to ensure that you're sitting up tall, making sure that the backs of your shoulders, you can feel them against the wall, because otherwise if you have a tendency to roll forward, you won't feel that. So you can try that if you like as a little alternative. I like to sit on a block, give my hips a little bit of a little lift. So whatever that space is for you, come on into it. Let your hands rest in your lap. Let your shoulders get heavy. Make sure you feel really tall through the spine, so you're sitting up nice and tall. So even though there's not an active constriction in the abdominal muscles, there's a little bit of awareness there to keep your spine tall. And then you can let your face soften, let your eyelids get heavy, and just start to come into your breath. And as you let your eyelids get a little heavier, maybe just take a quick body scan, starting from the crown of the head and working your way down the spine and visualizing it just being tall and long, the vertebrae stacked on top of one another, the shoulders heavy. So there's that length and softness. The lower body is grounded. The muscles on the face are soft. The eyelids either closed, or you can have them sort of lightly open, just with the gaze a little bit unfocused on something out ahead of you on the floor. And just start to take a few breaths, watching it come in, fill up the body. And then on the way out, softening the belly, the lungs. As you're watching the breath, starting to check in with the front of your head, with the thoughts, notice what's going on here this morning. And see if you can sort of settle them just a little bit, push them aside. Come back to the breath as your focus. Using the breath to settle the thoughts, settle the physical body. And take another 2 or 3 rounds of breath. And then with your next inhale, let's go ahead and sweep the arms high. Bring them together overhead and then through to your heart center. We'll pause here, pressing the palms toward one another. Continuing to focus on the breath, and now setting an intention with the next round or two of breath, or a focus, or maybe a dedication. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and release the hands. Take another deep, full breath in through the nose. Send it out through the mouth. Just let that breath start to wake up the body a little bit. Take another inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then let's roll over. If you are on your back or belly or child's pose or anywhere else, come on up. And if you were sitting upright, let's come on up to our knees. Decided where we're going to start. We'll start in a gate pose. So bring the right leg out to the side. I don't know if you can see, hold on. A little bit. So that the outer edge of your foot is parallel with the edge of your mat, unless you're turned the other way, but you want your foot nice and square. And then inhale the left fingertips high. Right hand can rest gently, just anywhere then, but except on your knee joint. So a little bit above it, a little bit below it. Inhale, lift up, and then as you exhale, just take that bend over to the right. Start to find that length on the left side body. Keep your heart opening toward the front of the room. Use an inhale, come on back up. And then take that right arm all the way over. Come on to all fours. And just take an inhale through your cat-cow in each direction. One more time in each direction. Full breath in, full breath out. And then come on back up and we'll take the other side. Left leg comes out. Rest right fingertips high. Inhale, lift up, and then exhale, take that over to the left. Letting the body just soften a little bit as it starts to lengthen. With your next inhale, come on back up, and then windmill that left hand over. Come on back over to your table. And again, inhale, dropping the heart, lifting the tail. And exhale, reversing that, rounding through the spine, dropping the crown. One more time, inhale. Exhale. And then let's tuck our toes, lift the hips, and come into our downward facing dog. Walk this out a little bit. Starting again now to wake up the back of the legs. So just taking your time on each side. Just breathing easily. And go ahead and walk your hands back to your feet. Keep them about hip distance, so about 2 fists worth, and then just come into your ragdoll, letting the crown of the head get heavy. You can bend your knees a lot. You should bend your knees a lot for this first fold, unless you guys have already been stretching this morning and your hamstrings are nice and soft. So you want to be gentle to your body as always. Grab opposite elbows and just let your body settle in here. Notice where the weight's distributed on your feet, if it tends to fall towards your heels or towards the ball of your feet. And just see if you can even it out a tiny bit. And then just take a few deep rounds of breath here. You can bring a little movement to this if you like, a little sway side to side, finding the sort of corners of the lower back there as you move side to side. Just bringing some breath to the backs of the legs. Take another full breath here. And then go ahead and release the hands. Walk them back forward, coming back into your downward facing dog. Just settle back in here, take another deep, full breath. And then with your next inhale, come high to the balls of your feet. And then as you exhale, drop your heels to the right. Keep grounding through both palms so you get that lengthening through the left side body. Inhale, come back to center. Lifting onto the toes. And then as you exhale, drop the heels to the left. Keep grounding through that right palm. It wants to come up, but see if you can keep that palm grounded. Really lengthen on the right side. Inhale, come back to center. Come back up high to the balls of the toes, balls of the feet. So lifting the hips. And then as much as you can keep that length through the backs of the legs, Slowly lower the heels, keeping the hips as high as you can. The heels won't touch the ground, and that's okay, but you want to still lengthen the heels toward the ground so the whole back of the leg is elongated. Take another breath in, and a breath out, and then look forward, walk your feet to meet your hands, and then slowly roll yourself to stand, one vertebrae at a time. Till you come all the way high. What was wrong here? And then you can keep your feet hip distance, or you can heel toe them a little bit closer, coming into your mountain pose. And just take a breath here, feeling the body stacked and balanced, strong and soft. Then take an inhale, sweep the arms high. And as you exhale, bring the hands through heart center, leading with the heart as you swan dive and come back down to your fold. Inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. So fingertips anywhere between your feet and your knees, probably for this first one. Sending the hips to the back of the room, engaging through the core. Gaze is just straight ahead, straight down ahead where your head lands. Take another breath in here, and then exhale, release back to your fold. With an inhale, sweep all the way high. And exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. And this time, place the hands and step back with your exhale to your high plank. We'll take our first plank here for a few breaths. So you know modifications here. You can drop your knees, you can come to forearms, and if you are having any shoulder issues, maybe you avoid this pose altogether. So just notice how your body feels in it. We never want to experience any pain or discomfort. We want to be strengthening our body. The more we strengthen our muscles, the less tension and strain there are on the joints, the tendons, the ligaments. So make sure that your hips are not dropping here, but they're low enough that the core stays engaged. Take another breath in. And then together, let's drop the knees, pivot the elbow creases, and as you bend the elbows slowly toward the back of the room, shaving the ribcage, come all the way down. And then coming into your back bend, bring the shoulder blades together on your back. Press the tops of the feet so the legs are engaged. Breathe here, just take another breath or two. Excuse me, lifting the heart. Your hands can be on or off the mat for this first one. They can be resting lightly or they can be pressing lightly. Take another inhale, and then let's all take it back to our downward facing dog. So if you want to come up higher into your cobra before you do that, you can. Otherwise, just bring the hips back. Come all the way back in. Take a few deep breaths here, resetting. And if ever downward dog, doesn't provide that reset for you, come to table or come to child's pose, wherever your body feels a little bit of a reprieve. Let's take another inhale and an exhale. And then with empty lungs, look forward, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Leading with the heart and the crown of the head. Inhale, come all the way high. And then exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, place the hands, step back, high plank to low, or your modification of it. Inhale to your cobra or your upward facing dog, and exhale it all back to your downward facing dog for 3 breaths. At the end of your third exhale, look forward, walk, step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. And exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, place the hands high plank to low. You can come all the way down, or you can go right into your upward facing dog. And then bring it back to your downward facing dog. 3 breaths again. The end of your third, exhale. Look forward, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. And exhale, hands to heart center. Pause here, take a breath in. Maybe an open mouth exhale. Just settle. Next inhale, we'll come to our Utkatasana. Bend the knees, send the weight down and back, dropping the hips. Arms can stay high, or you can bring them together at your heart center. Make sure that the pelvis is not curled up or tucked too far down, but just a nice neutral there. Squeezing the thighs toward one another, either pressing the palms toward one another at your heart center, or again, if they're high, then the pinky sides of your hands rolling toward one another to get that openness through the chest and through the collarbones there. Let's take one more breath in. And with the exhale, release forward to your fold. Heel toe your feet hip distance. Grab the big toes with your peace fingers. Take an inhale to lengthen. And exhale, release the crown of the head as you come down into your fold. Just noticing if your body, backs of the legs are feeling a little bit more easeful than in the first forward fold. Take another breath here, and then you can go ahead and release the toes. Heel toe them, your feet back toward one another. Come back into your Utkatasana. One breath, inhale, and then exhale, release to fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, step back, high plank to low. Or you can always skip that whole push-up part and go right to your downward dog. From here, let's inhale, take the right leg high, flex through the heel, lengthen through the back of that leg, and just lift it to your degree. And then exhale, release it down. Inhale, take the left leg high, again, keeping the hips square, lengthening through the heel, grounding through the palms. Take another breath in, and exhale, release it down. Inhale the right leg high again. Start with the hips square, then go ahead and open it up as you keep lifting. And then exhale, release it down. Inhale the left, again, keeping it square, and then maybe opening it up, lifting a little higher. Exhale, release it down. We'll take each side one more time. Inhale the right, and you take it to your preference. Open it up, you can bend the knee. And exhale, release it down. Inhale the left. Open it up. And come back to your downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. And then let's inhale the right leg again. You can open it up, stack the hip, bend the knee if you like. And then as you exhale, this time hinge forward and step that foot all the way through. Drop the back knee, inhale up to an Anjali Asana. And this can be to your own degree. You may not look like I do, you may be up high. Some of you might have hands down low. But let's just take a few breaths first in this hip. Take another inhale with the arms high, and then maybe exhale, cactus them. Oops, sorry. Turn that off. Cactus the arms, bringing the shoulder blades toward one another. See me this way. Whoop. So as they come down, the shoulder blades come together, and then release the hands, interlace them behind the lower back. Or if they don't interlace easily, just grab the back of your clothing there. Ground into that right heel so that that right side of your body, the lower side of your body, is engaging the muscles there. Take another breath in, and then exhale, release that all. Tuck the back toes and take that right foot back up to your three-legged dog. Inhale, and then exhale, release it down. Inhale the left leg high. You can bend the knee, stack the hip, and open it up. And then as you exhale, hinge forward, knee to nose, and step that foot all the way through. Drop the back knee, and Anjali Asana on the left. Whichever works best for you. If arms high don't work, bring them to the heart center, or rest them on your knee, or blocks or fingertips. Wherever you are here, ground into that left heel so that left hip doesn't drop in, but it is guiding back. If your arms are high, take another inhale, lifting the heart, and then exhale, goalpost, shoulder blades toward one another as they come down, and then release and interlace. Maybe find the opposite interlace with the hands behind your back. Another breath in, and then exhale, release that all, tuck the back toes, and send that left foot back up to your three-legged dog. Inhale, yawn it up, and exhale, release it back down. And take a breath or two in your downward facing dog. Yeah. Lot leaf blowers out there making so much noise. So take another breath in your downward dog. And then let's inhale the right leg high. Exhale it forward. This time turn the outer edge of that back foot down, coming up into a warrior one. So adjust your feet. You want to ground that right heel. The hips aren't going to square completely with that back foot turned down, but you want to square off your torso as best you can. So your ribcage, shoulders, and gaze, and the arms high. Soften the shoulders down your back. And continue to ground both feet so that your base, your foundation there is nice and sturdy. Let your gaze settle out in front. Take another full breath in, and then this time exhale, release the hands, step that right foot back, and take your high to low if you want. Otherwise, skip it and go to your downward dog. And we'll meet you there. From downward dog together, we'll inhale the right. Exhale, step it forward, turn the outer edge of that back foot down, and come on up into your warrior one on the left. Grounding your feet. Squaring your heart towards the front of the room, and then soften the shoulders, settle the gaze. And take one more breath in, and then exhale, release. Step the left foot back, high to low. And meet downward dog. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. And do that one more time. At the end of that exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale to stand. So we'll take a few sun bees on the breath, so you can come along for whatever I'm going to lead, and you can always modify or pause or take a time out during any of it. So you do what works best for you this morning. So starting from our mountain pose, inhale, Utkatasana, and exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, high to low. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right. Exhale, step it forward, warrior one. One breath brings you up. And exhale, release. High to low. Urdhva Mukha. Exhale to your Urdhva Mukha. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale it forward, warrior one. Grounding down, lifting up for one breath. Inhale. Exhale, release. High to low. 3 breaths in your downward dog or child's pose or table. At the end of your third, exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump. Feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, Utkatasana. Inhale, arms high, and exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, high to low. Inhale, up, lifting the heart. And exhale, bring the hips back. Inhale, lift the right leg high. This time, bend the knees, stack the hip, open it up. Exhale, step it forward, warrior one. 1 breath up. Inhale. Exhale, release. Just following your breath here. Let this be a moving meditation. Inhale the left, bend the knees, stack the hip, and open it up. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, release. In downward dog, 3 breaths. And if you want to take one more time with me, we'll go one more time through. Inhale the right, bend the knees, stack the hip, open it up. Exhale, step it forward, warrior one. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Inhale the left, bend the knees, stack the hip, open it up. Exhale, step it forward, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, release. We'll get to our downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. 2 more of those. At the end of your third, exhale, look forward, walk, step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale to stand. We'll come back into our Utkatasana. I'm going to turn to face you. Inhale the arms high, and then exhale, hands together at the heart center. Prayer twist to the left elbow over right knee, pressing the palms into one another, twisting the heart to the right, continuing to squeeze the thighs toward one another, and dropping the weight down and back, breathing fully. And one more inhale. And then as you exhale, release, come to center, heel to the feet at distance. This time, let's interlace the hands on the lower back. So either interlace the fingers or grab a strap or grab your shirt, whatever works best for your shoulders. Drop the crown of the head and drop into your fold. Noticing again where the weight is distributed on your feet. And see if you can equalize it from the front to the back and the left to the right. And take one more inhale. And then go ahead and release the arms. Heel toe the feet back together. Come back into your Utkatasana, bend the knees, drop the hips and the arms high. Take an inhale. And then exhale the hands through to heart center, twist to the left. Right elbow over left knee. Pressing the palms together, twisting the heart and the rib cage to the left. And take one more deep breath in, and then exhale, release. Heel to the feet wide again. And you can take any arm variation that we've done here. You can come back to ragdoll, grab the big toes. You can go back to another shoulder opener, or you can come into gorilla asana, threading the palms underneath the feet, walking the toes right up to the wrist crease there. Drop the crown of the head and come back into your fold. Take another deep, full breath. Inhale. And then as you exhale, release whatever arm bind you have. Heel toe the feet back toward one another. I'm going to move back to the front of my mat. If you were somewhere else in the middle of your mat, also just come back to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. And inhale, take a sweep high. Lengthen the arms up. And exhale through heart center. Let's just pause here again. Take a breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Beautiful. We'll take a few standing series. Everyone's feeling good. Those of you that I can see. So let's take an inhale, sweep the arms high. Lengthen up, and then exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, place the hands, step back through your vinyasa or right to your downward facing dog. And from our downward dog, inhale, take the right leg high. Exhale it forward, warrior one. Ground down, inhale up. And then this time, open it to your warrior two. So readjust your feet as you need. Glance down and just you can check your alignment. Make sure that right knee's tracking to the right edge of your mat. Extending the arms, settle the gaze, soften the shoulders. And then just settle in for a few deep breaths here. And just notice, maybe you drop in a little deeper today and you get a little bit more opening, lengthening sensation through that right inner thigh. With your next inhale, let's lengthen that front leg and reverse the warrior. Send the right fingertips high, lengthen to the right side body. And then exhale, come back forward into our side angle, bending back into that front knee. Drop that right elbow, send the left fingertips high, and then really ground into that right heel, letting the hips get a little deeper. And then twisting open, see where that right rib cage is, and is it facing down towards the earth? Can you turn it a little bit more toward the side of the room? And just settle in. Another few deep breaths. You can take any variation here as well. You can come into a half bind. You can bring that right hand down toward the earth. A full bind. Let's take another deep full breath and then inhale. Reverse, lengthen that front leg. And then we'll come right into our triangle. So keeping that length on the right side as much as you can. Shift your hips to the back. Send that right hand forward, taking your torso with it. And then you drop the right fingertips wherever they land. If you have a block, this is a great place to use it to just give your arms a little bit more length. Ground into the ball joint of that right foot. And again, twisting open to the side of the room. Breathing. Let's take another deep inhale. And then exhale, release, windmill everything down. And take it through or right to your downward facing dog. And then we'll inhale, take the left leg high. Exhale it forward, warrior one. And then exhale, open to your warrior two. Check your alignment. Extend the fingertips, settle your gaze, and then drop into your depth for a few more breaths. And take one more full breath here. And then go ahead and lengthen that front leg, reverse your warrior, left fingertips high, side. And then exhale, come back through your lunge into your side angle. Right fingertips high, that left elbow resting, and then twisting the heart and the rib cage open. Ground into that left heel. And soften and settle here. And take any variation, any arm variation, whatever helps you get a little deeper into the pose. Another full breath in and out. And then release whatever arms you might have. Extend that front leg as you reverse your warrior. Reverse your triangle, lengthen for an inhale. And then keeping that length, come on back forward into your triangle. And then just settle into your pose here. Let your gaze settle. Find your breath. And take another inhale. And then exhale, release both hands down. Step the left foot back. High plank to low. Meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep full breath in. Maybe you take an open mouth exhale here. And the next inhale, take the right leg high, float it up. Exhale it forward, warrior one. We'll just take that series on the breath. Inhale up, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse and lengthen. And exhale, bring it forward to your triangle. Full breath in, full breath out. And then let's take this right to the balance, to our Ardha Chandrasana. Right, left hand to left hip. Bend that right knee and bring your gaze to your right foot. And then step that back foot in a little bit as you bring the right hand forward underneath the shoulder. Start to shift the weight into that right foot and right hand as you lift the back leg. Flexing the heel, twisting open the heart. Maybe the left fingertips float high as well. One more breath in. And then exhale, release that left foot to meet the right. Coming into a forward fold. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. And exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low. From our downward facing dog, take an inhale, lift the left leg high. And exhale it forward, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse and lengthen. And then coming forward into your triangle. Take an inhale. And an exhale breath. And then we'll transition this to our balance. Take another breath in as you bring that right hand to the right hip. Your gaze to the left foot and bending that left knee. And then step the back foot in a little bit as you shift your weight forward. Lifting that back leg. Maybe opening the whole torso. Maybe that left hand floats high. Settle your gaze. One more breath in. And then exhale, release. Bring that right foot to meet the left and the right hand down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. And then let's heel to the feet about as wide as the mat, or maybe just a little bit off the mat.
Take an inhale to fingertips to lengthen, and then walk them over to the right. Exhale, release into your fold. And then with the left hand grounded, send the right fingertips to the sky, and take a twist open. Left hand can be anywhere between the ankle and the knee, or on a block if you have one. Take another inhale, and then release. Walk your hands through center. Bring them over to the left. Take an inhale and lengthen. Exhale to fold. And then with the right hand grounded, send the left fingertips high. Twisting open. And one more breath in. And then exhale, release. Bring both hands back towards center. Heel toe your feet back toward one another, or about hips width. And then just gently roll yourself up to stand, nice and easy. Coming all the way up. Beautiful. We'll come into just a standing balance or two before we come back down to the mat. I think we have a few minutes. What's wrong with my phone? Yeah. So let's come into a tree first. So standing on the left, we're going to bring the sole of the right foot either to the calf or to the inner thigh. Try to let that right knee come out to the right so you have some openness happening through the hip area. And then you can bring your hands together at your heart center. Let your gaze settle. Maybe the arms go high. Take another breath in. And then bring the hands back together at the center. And we're going to take this right into our warrior three. So releasing the right foot. And you're going to extend that right leg as you sort of pivot forward, trying to keep your hips square. I don't know which view is better here. So the back of the hips are squaring. The heel is extended. The core is engaged. Pinky toe side of that right foot is dialed down. Take another breath in, and then exhale, release, come back up to center. Give the legs a little shake, and we'll take it to the other side. Standing on the right this time, bring the sole of the left foot to either the calf or the inner thigh. Letting that knee come out as much as you can. Press the palms into one another. Settle the gaze. Another inhale, maybe send the arms high. And then exhale, bring them back through heart center. And as we release from our tree, sending the knee forward and then sending that heel back into our warrior three. Hinging forward, dialing down the pinky toe side of that left foot so the hips are squaring, core is engaging. Breath is full. Take another inhale, and then exhale, release. Just give the legs a little shake. We'll do one more before we come down. So going back onto the left, we'll come into a standing half pigeon. So crossing the right ankle over the left knee, and then start to bend into that standing leg. Bring the hands together at the heart center. Flex that right foot. And then bend into your degree so that you start to feel that outer right hip like you do in a either upright or reclined pigeon pose. Try to stay a little bit lifted through the heart. Or you could go ahead and release your hands toward the earth for a little bit deeper variation. Wherever you are, take 2 more breaths. And then slowly release, come all the way up to stand. Release, and we'll take the other side, bringing the weight onto the And to the right, cross the left ankle over right knee, and then starting to bend into that standing leg. And you know, each side is different, so you might find that you have to go deeper on this side to get that same feeling, or you might not have to go as deep. One side's a little tighter than the other, whatever it might be. So just notice how it feels. Pause when you feel your body sort of resisting and you feel that sensation through the hip. Let's all take one more full breath. And then go ahead and release. Come all the way back up to stand. And just shake out the legs a little bit and then come back up to the front of your mat. Come back to your mountain pose. Take an inhale, sweep the arms high. And exhale, swan dive.
Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, step back, this time right to your downward facing dog. Take an inhale breath and an exhale. And then inhale, hinge forward to your high plank. And we're going to come all the way to our belly with a nice slow 5 count. So come into your plank first. Pivot the elbow creases forward. You can drop your knees anytime here. You can start with them on the earth or you can drop them partway through as we come down. 5, 4, 3. Bring your gaze forward. 2, 1. And releasing everything down. Beautiful. Let your arms come by your sides. You can turn one cheek. Let everything settle here. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And turn the opposite cheek. And then we'll come into a locust pose. So just setting up your lower body, your tops of your thighs, tops of your feet squaring. Bring the hands on the lower back and interlace them or grab a strap if your shoulders are tight. Take an inhale, lift the toes, squeeze the shoulder blades together, send the knuckles to the back of the room. Whether you have a strap or your hands are interlaced, your shoulder blades are squeezing, your heart is lifting. And your breath is full. We'll take 2 more. And then slowly release. And just turn your cheek down on one side. Take a nice full deep breath in. And then come back to center. We'll do one more locust. So either that same variation, or you can pistol lock the fingers forward, or if you practice bow, you can reach back for the tops of the feet or the ankles. When you're ready, either place, lifting up for 5, squeezing the shoulder blades, lifting the heart. Two more breaths. One more inhale. And then exhale, gently releasing, coming all the way back down. Turn the opposite cheek. And you can just sway your hips a little side to side or gently windshield wiper your feet to just release through the lower back a little bit. And then gently pushing yourself all the way back to a child's pose. Moving slowly with intention. Bring your hips heavy to your heels, forehead toward the earth. And let's keep tented fingertips for the first few breaths here. Really let the hips get heavy onto your heels so you expand through the lower back there. And take another 2 breaths here. And then just go ahead and shift your weight to one side, send your legs out in front. And we'll come all the way down to our back. Just gonna spin around here. So come all the way down. Hug the knees into your chest. And let the lower back just sort of soften onto your mat. You can give a little rock side to side or make some small circles or just take a few breaths, letting
your back settle there. And then go ahead and open the knees wide into a happy baby, grabbing the outer edges of your feet or the big toes with your peace fingers. Feet are flat toward the ceiling. Shoulders are heavy, and the tailbone is heavy. And then just let gravity take your knees toward the earth to your body's openness. Take another deep breath in and out. And then just gently guide your knees back together. And we'll come into an inversion. So if you practice shoulder stand, you can feel free to come there. You maybe start with the feet overhead, the hands on the lower back as you walk up to your shoulder blades. And then lifting one leg at a time, coming into your inversion. Otherwise, coming into legs up, or legs up with a block underneath the lower back, or coming right against the wall if you have one nearby. Take about 10 breaths in our inversion, just reversing that blood flow. Softening the face. Settling the breath. If you're in shoulder stand, starting to make your way into plow, bringing the toes overhead, keeping the hands on the low back for support, and high on the shoulder blades still. Letting the tops of the feet rest there, getting that stretch all the way through the back of the neck and the top of the back. And then maybe coming through deaf man's pose, bending the knees on either side of the head. And then gently walking the shoulder blades apart as you come all the way out. If your legs up, starting to make your way out as well. And then everybody coming forward, we'll come into a fish pose to reverse that. So bringing the hands underneath the lower back or the high hip, you can extend both legs long. And then propping up onto the forearms, lifting the heart and dropping the gaze all the way back. Reversing the curvature of that cervical spine. If you want to add a little core here, you can lift your feet an inch or two off the earth. And take one more breath in. And then go ahead and release from all the way back down to your back. Extend the arms long overhead. Stretch out both directions. Inhale. And then exhale, hug both knees into your chest. Again, letting the back body just settle and soften onto the ground. And we'll take a spinal twist when you're ready. You can drop the knees to the right, or you could extend that lower leg for a little bit deeper version. Bring your gaze and that left arm open to the left. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Really just let your body settle in here. And then with your next inhale, come back through center. You can just pause there and take a breath if that feels good. And then we'll take the twist over to the left, drop the knees to the left, and bring the right arm and the gaze open to the right. Take an inhale, and then an open mouth exhale, letting it go. Take another full breath here on this side. And then come back to center. And any other last movements before Shavasana to let your body really relax into it. So maybe it's hugging the knees in again, finding the lower back. Otherwise, just extending the legs long, arms by your sides, maybe something to cover your eyes. And when you get there, take a nice deep full breath in through the nose, send it out through the mouth. Let that exhale signal to your body to really just let it go. Soften, dissolve, melt onto your mat. And starting to bring some awareness back to your physical body, to your breath. With your next inhale, lengthen the arms overhead, stretch everything nice and long. With the exhale, hug everything in tight, squeeze the knees into the chest. And then drop the knees to one side and just pause. Take another deep, full breath. And then gently making your way back up to a comfortable, upright. Bring the hands together at the heart center. Bring back to mind your intention or dedication. Just try to see it clearly. Breathe it in. Imprint it in the front of your mind. Let's honor those thoughts. Bring our hands to our crown. To our throats, honoring our words, and our hearts, honoring our souls, and the light that shines in each one of us. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Had a great class. Thanks. Hi, Shar.
Fabulous. Thank you so much.
You guys have a nice